Hi, good evening. This is simple. Um, I'll be the French teacher. So the reason of the seminar, why we are having this webinar, today, is to understand why French today is good as a second language. So to master French, you should learn it from the experts. So how can the French language be a value addition to your career? How can it boost your career? Well, that's how I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to show you how French has got a global value addition today. Okay. So French originates from spoken Latin language. It is the only other language after English which is spoken on all of the 5 continents. And it also has a dialect which makes it a spoken language in other countries as well. And French is the official language in 33 countries, which includes Canada, Switzerland, Belgium, and USA, just to name a few. Okay, these are the countries where it's officially known as the language. Okay, unofficially, that is where French is spoken. There are 27 countries where French is used as such. For example, Algeria, Egypt, Mauritius, Greece, just to name a few. There they speak, to communicate, they use French as a language, right? And it is also the language which is used in international organizations. For example, the United Nations, you have the International Criminal Court. In those organizations, NGOs, French is used as the language to communicate. How will it benefit you for India? I mean, where does India come into the picture? Well, French since 2003 has been, French companies have been integrated part of the Indian economy. There are French companies all over India, as you can see from this map. They're in Delhi, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore, Chennai. Yes, there's a higher concentration of French companies in Maharashtra, Delhi, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. That's because there are more people speaking French. But yet, there's still French in Kolkata, French companies settled in Kolkata. Okay? And across the globe, like I said, officially it is a language for 33 countries, but it is also spoken in other countries. That makes it a francophone. These are countries where the means of communication is French, so it's a francophony country. Okay, so there are 56 such members of this OIF, and 14 who are actually now speaking French as well. All right, so that makes that more than 70 countries across the world are using French as a language. Some of the known companies we have in India, we have BNP Paribas, the famous bank. We have Lacoste, which we wear. We are happy wearing that. We have L'Oreal, Aishwarya Rai, who is the ambassador. We have Michelin, the safest tire. So these are and even the group Renault, Duster, these are the French companies which are now integral part of India, of the Indian market. So the question is, why French? Well, like I said, French has originated from the Latin language, so it is considered as the language of culture. There are we have the philosophers who's come from France. We have Spanish, German, also Italian language, also which have been evolved through the French language. Also, French is a very easy language to learn. The grammar is very simple. We use French word in our English language. First, we say déjà vu. This is, I'm talking to you vis-a-vis. These are French words we use generally in English also. It helps in being creative because it's it is a language of romance. It's a language of love. So it's such a smooth language that you start thinking it tinkles your brain and you become creative with it. And like I said, it's a language for learning other languages. It's the basis for Italy, Italian, Spanish. You can learn. If you know French, Spanish is very easy. Italian is very easy. Also, French has an attunement where you have a different way of talking when you're talking officially or when you're just chit-chatting. So it has also a language of reasoning and debate. So if you're doing a sales, you want to talk to somebody in French, you can put your across very easily, your point across very easily. Now, how is French in the job market? Okay. Well, like I said, it's being spoken across all the 5 continents. So it opens a door, a big door actually. 151 French companies and 394 French subsidiaries already present in India as in 2013. And an average of 20 new companies being set up every year since then. Also, 38 of the top companies in France are already doing JVs in India. So your job boost, any job change you want right now, having French would be a value addition. What are the things you can do by learning French? You can do teaching. You can shift the industry. You can do to traveling. You can do tourism. You can even join NGOs, went to international ambassadors. So the door is open for that. And like I said, presently the industry coverage, what are the industries French companies are there? Well, it's in the service, it's in the pharma. Sanofi is a pharma-based company. It's in the automobile, it's electronics, even in the electricals. How do you learn French? Okay, we need to have a standardization. Since French is a global language, it is spoken everywhere. So the Common European Framework of Reference for Language, the CEFR, has set up a basic guideline of what are the different levels of French to be taught. So you have the beginner A1, where you will be taught only on how to introduce yourself. Like we say in Marathi, Mala Marathi nahi aave, means I don't know how to speak Marathi. That is exactly what you learn. So the beginner one will be, you will be able to communicate the basic points. My name is XYZ, bonjour, comment ça va, je voudrais un verre d'eau. Means my name is, hi, how are you, I would like to have a glass of water. So you can speak to people generally. Elementary A2, slightly advanced. Here you will learn more complex verbs. You will learn sentence formation. So now you'll be able to describe your job profile. I am an engineer. My work here is to do XYZ thing. You'll be able to communicate your daily routine. You'll be able to even, if you're in a French-speaking country, okay, I want XYZ. You go shopping, grocery shopping. So you can negotiate on the pricing over there. You will be able to talk to the person. Okay. Then this next step is advanced level now. It's B1. Here you can speak and have a long conversation with a native speaker about work, school, leisure activities. You can narrate an event. So you can describe today morning so and so happened. Like we say, you can start gossiping a bit. Okay. Then you have the upper intermediate, which is B2 level. Here you can, for example, I'm aiming when you're in your corporate, you're in a specific industry. So at B2 level, you can use your jargon properly. You can start learning about your area of expertise. Because now you know how to make sentences, you know how to do the rapport building. So when you're speaking about your own domain, you'll be able to express yourself better. Okay. You can even argue and have some political conversation also, though that's not really what French people like. Then you have the advanced C1 level. Here you have a control of the language and you can even argue. Let's suppose, argue not as in fighting, I mean, but let's suppose you want to discuss or debate. This is the level of fluency you're having in French, where you can now think, analyze and respond spontaneously. That is advanced C1. And lastly, master C2. Well, this will take years. I won't say 4 years, 5 years, but at least 2 years of regular French speaking. Here you will have a control on both the written language and spoken language. Complete control. You will then start at the C2 level, think, speak and write French. So like right now, if I put some boiling water, you'll react in your mother tongue. French will be as equivalent to your mother tongue. So how will you learn? I'll pass it on to Brett. He will be explaining to you how you will learn through Mera's case.